Yes, Lieutenant.
Officer Salelli, lead the procession. And now for our national anthem, retired Providence Police Department Inspector Louis Del Rio, 37-year veteran of the Providence Police Department.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
2004, Inspector Del Rio sang the national anthem at Fenway Park. The year the Red Sox broke the curse and won the World Series for the first time since 1918. He has always been good luck for us, and he certainly was good luck for them. Thank you. Now for our invocation, Reverend Dr. Oliver Bala.
This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. O God, our Creator and Redeemer, we cannot go into this day unless you accompany us with your blessing. Do not let the vigor and freshness of the morning, or the glow of health and the present success of our lives deceive us into a false reliance upon our own strength. All these good gifts have come from you. They were yours to give and are yours to take away. They are not ours to keep. We are your steward. And only by continuing to depend on you, the giver, can they be enjoyed with integrity. Let us then give back into your hands all that you have given us, rededicating to your service all we can do with our mind and body, and with all the influence you have entrusted us. All these are yours to use as you want. Thank you that it is your gracious will to make use of us, even at our weakest moments, to fulfill your mighty purpose for the world. Let our lives today be a channel through which at least a little of your love, compassion, and justice may reach the lives of those around us. In your presence, O Lord, we remember all our friends and neighbors, which we will work diligently to serve and protect, especially those who feel disenfranchised. It is in Christ's holy name we pray that you will bless this 68th Training Academy graduation ceremony. Together we say, Amen.
Honor God, post the colors. Please be seated. I would like to again welcome you. Thank you for joining us on this very special day. I am Lieutenant Kevin Laney, the director of the 68th Recruit Class. In a few moments, Colonel Hugh Clemens, Commissioner Stephen Parry, and Mayor Jorge Laws will speak. Before they do, I'd like to take a few moments to talk about the recruits, my staff, and the process that took place to bring us here today. I was assigned to serve as the Director of Training over 2 years ago, at which time I sat with Colonel Clemens and Commander Birdie to discuss the challenges facing policing and the new skills these officers would need to be successful. After a great deal of planning and hard work, we present you with the product, our return on investment, the recruits of the 68th Providence Police Academy. I'd like to take an opportunity to congratulate all the recruits of over 2,200 applications. These are the last men and women standing. You will now have the privilege to wear the badge and serve with some of the most talented police officers in America and become part of our history and family. It's been a grueling 24 weeks of training, as I'm sure their loved ones can attest to. These 55 recruits represent the largest, most diverse class in our department's 153-year history. 27 are first-generation citizens of the United States. Of those, 9 were born outside the United States. 19 are bilingual. 20 obtained bachelor's degrees and 3 master's degrees. As part of the vision of Mayor Laws, Commissioner Parry, and Colonel Clemens, these men and women have attained an advanced skill set, which is necessary for urban policing in the 21st century. We included our community to assist in developing a revised comprehensive recruitment plan and a progressive curriculum our collaborative partnerships within the community, our advisory board, outreach programs, including the first ever Providence Police Department Citizens Academy and Faith-Based Academy, were critical in helping us analyze and forecast the needs of our community. A police agency's curriculum should reflect the core values and missions of the department. I feel we've accomplished just that with an emphasis on constitutional policing, which protects the civil rights of all persons as much as it improves public safety, which will further enhance our legitimacy, transparency, and trust in our community. A total of 812 hours of instruction with enhanced training in implicit and explicit bias awareness, cross-cultural policing, LGBTQ competency, education in response to opiate overdose, including being equipped with Narcan, crisis response training, professional communication and de-escalation tactics, improving interactions with individuals with mental health issues, the homeless, and all vulnerable populations, emotional survival for law enforcement, increased ethics training, first in the department to be trained and equipped with life-saving medical kits that will be worn on their duty belts, all equipped with tasers, as well as being the first officers trained in body-worn cameras in the department and the state. I commend my dedicated, experienced training staff who represent the epitome of what it truly means when we say Providence's finest. These are extremely talented individuals who all deserve a moment of recognition. Please stand as I call your name. Deputy Director, Sergeant James Barrows. Officer Sean Brown. Officer Roberto Gutierrez. Detective Matthew Greeley. Detective Jose Pineda. Detective Donna Newton. Officer Steve Solelli, and thanks for making this happen today for Dunk, Steve. You did a great job. Sergeant Robert Holm, our defensive tactics instructor and FOP president, who was my instructor in the 57th Academy 20 years ago. Now I've had the privilege of training an Academy class with him. Sergeant Kenneth Monaco, 37-year veteran of the Providence Police Department and his expert weapons skills. Thank you all for your commitment to training. Special thanks to two retired Providence police officers, Larry Lepore, who graduated of the 44th Academy, and Bobby Laurel, graduated of the 47th Academy, who run the Dunkin' Donuts Center and are always willing to go out of their way to accommodate the Providence Police Department. Although Larry Lepore didn't know what class he graduated, we had to remind him. But a round of applause for those two guys. For the past 24 weeks, I've listened to as the recruits chant the class motto, honor, respect, devotion to duty, which is consistent with the core values of the men and women of the Providence Police Department. I feel this class has earned this privilege and is ready to serve both our community and within the greatest police department in America. I'd like to give special thanks to Colonel Hugh Clemens and Commander Thomas Verdi for their leadership, vision, and support. I am confident these recruits will make you proud. At this point, I have the honor of introducing our leader, Colonel Hugh Clemens.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I will come back in a brief moment to give my remarks, but at this time, it gives me great pleasure as the proud 38th Police Chief of the Providence Police Department to coincidentally introduce the great mayor, the 38th mayor of the city of Providence. We're both in our 38th tenure. So when he first took over in 2014, Mayor Alorza sat down with all his directors, and when he called myself and the commissioner in, we spoke about a great need for more police officers. And this is what you have before you today. So a big round of applause for this great class of 55. And I want to thank the mayor for his vision of rebuilding this police department. And now I will call upon him to say a few words. The mayor of this great city of Providence, Mayor Jorge Alorza.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here for this very special occasion. And in particular, I want to recognize many of the folks who are joining us here today as a symbol of not only respect for the Providence Police Department, but also to show our respects for each of the incoming officers. And thank you to the Attorney General Peter Martin for joining us, Acting U.S. Attorney Stephen Danbrook, of course, Colonel Hugh Clemens, the Chief of the best police department in the state of Rhode Island, and I would say in the entire region of New England, Commissioner of Public Safety, Steve Parry, Lieutenant Kevin Laney, who did an outstanding job as Director of Training for this academy, Sergeant James Barrows, Deputy Director of Training, Colonel Ann Asumpica, Superintendent of the Rhode Island State Police. We're also joined by Sergeant Bob Bone from the Fraternal Order of Police and Officer Robert Quinn from the Rhode Island State Fraternal Order of Police. And last but certainly not least, we're also joined by State Representative Scott Slater, who has been a steady and constant supporter of the Providence Police Department. So on behalf of all of the people, all of the residents of the city of Providence, I want to congratulate our new graduates. As mayor, it's one of my highest honors to speak with you today. Becoming a Providence police officer is something that you and every member of your family should feel proud of. Being an officer is one thing that you all have in common, but many of you have unique stories, backgrounds, and those have molded you and shaped you into the person and now officers that you're becoming today. In fact, some here today may be following in the footsteps of your parents and grandparents in becoming police officers. Others may simply be following your dreams that you've had since you were a toddler or just afterwards. Others may have previously served in the armed services. So I'd like to ask everyone here to join me once again in giving a round of applause for all of those here today who are continuing their legacy to service in the city of Providence. You have all reached this moment through hard work, through dedication, and through discipline. I am certain that your training has helped you develop the life skills and gain keen respect for the basic rights of others and develop leadership qualities. But remember, so many family members and loved ones have supported you along the way, so it's important that we continue to thank them for the sacrifices they've made as well. Because if you don't know this already, what you will soon learn is that as you serve as police officers, it's not just you who serves, it's your entire family. To all the parents, the grandparents, the brothers and sisters, the aunts and uncles, and the children, we honor you as well for your service to the city of Providence. And I also want to recognize the department's leadership, from Hugh Clemens to Steve Parry, our chief and commissioner, respectively, and the rest of public safety leadership. These officers have stood by you. They've encouraged and trained you into the officers you are today. Now, to our new officers. The city thanks you for your commitment to protecting and serving our people. Today is truly a great day for our city as we gain 55 brave new police men and women to keep us, our businesses, our communities, and our visitors safe and secure. This job truly is not for everyone. There were 2,200 people who applied, and only 55 remained. At random, that would be a probability of 2.5%. You are truly the cream of the crop, and it takes a special person to do what you have done. You have to be brave, dedicated, and ready to face any obstacle that may come your way. I want to share with you a personal story of mine. I was maybe 18 or 19 years old, and I was at a big street fair in Providence. There were literally thousands of people, and a fight broke out. I remember seeing it very clearly. Someone ran to their car, picked something up, comes back to where the disturbance is, and lets off a number of shots in the air with literally thousands of people around. Everyone starts running away, and I saw something that day that I will never forget. In the mayhem and the chaos of people running in all directions, I see police officers. Instead of running away, they're running towards the chaos, towards the mayhem, and towards the shots fired. It was an amazing experience and memory that I will never forget. It immediately caused this state of panic when it happened, and then we all felt safe and secure as the police officers literally came to the rescue. Now, I don't know exactly what it takes to do that. Perhaps it's training, perhaps it's how you're built, but it definitely requires a deep reservoir of courage. And I credit and thank you all for having that. This is why today you are joining the brave men and women of the Providence Police Department to unfearfully run towards the controversy and danger and any obstacle that comes into your way. I believe that it's that bravery which makes this department one of the greatest police departments in our nation. As you join today, you raise our level of excellence, because in Providence we always strive to improve our work through innovation and a commitment to providing the highest quality services to all of our residents. That's the goal, and we're continuing to see record-breaking results. I am proud to say that in this past year, the Providence Police Department helped drive the most violent form of crime down by 33%. And I believe that with your training, you will continue to maintain our efforts in reducing crime. You have what it takes: the talent, the most advanced training in the department's history, and the discipline to do your job with excellence. I'm proud of this class for being the largest and the most diverse in our city's history. You will also help add to our community policing efforts as we look to build even stronger relationships with our communities. The level of trust that is built with community policing creates an additional layer of safety and security that benefits all of our residents. The success of this community policing model has even earned us national attention. In recent weeks, I'm very proud to share that the Providence Police Department, under the command of Colonel Hugh Clements, was recently reaccredited by CALEA, which is the gold standard for accreditation for police departments across the country. So you are joining the very best. You are joining the very best. And last, before I take a seat, I do want to acknowledge a simple reality, and that's that perhaps this is the toughest time to be a police officer that we faced in any of our lifetimes. And so it's because of that that I commend you for your courage, for your dedication, and for your discipline on what you set your life and career paths towards. On behalf of all of the residents of the City of Providence, we are proud of you and look forward to having you join the finest police department in this land, the Providence Police Department. I salute you for your commitment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the upper command staff of the Providence Police Department who drive this great organization to the great success that we all know about. The Deputy Chief Commander of the Providence Police, Thomas Verdi. Major of Administration, Francisco Colon. The Major of the Investigative Division, David LePayton. And the Major of the largest division with the Patrol Bureau in it, where all new 55 members will go, Major Bobby Leopard. He's even smiling today, this one happy man. I'm not going to mention a lot of names here, but there's one name that I will mention. I haven't seen him in a while. My former supervisor, I would consider a strong mentor of mine. And again, I haven't seen him in a while, that's why I'll mention him. Major Stephen Campbell, here to watch his nephew and his brother Paul's son graduate. Major. So once again, good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, families, friends, distinguished guests, fellow police chiefs, police officers, community partners, and academy staff to this graduation ceremony of the Providence Police Department 68 Training Academy. This is a very proud moment for this department, a great organization with a fascinating history and second to none. We have a great deal of history and achievement to back up our reputation. For over 150 years, the Providence Police Department has served this city with class, honor, and distinction. There have been great successes over the years, but as well there have been great challenges and struggles. That is the nature of policing our communities. Nobody can argue that the difficulties are great for law enforcement in today's world, as the mayor identified. And we must continually strive to meet that challenge. In the Providence Police Department, we are constantly innovating, always improving, and always looking how to be the best in the 21st century urban policing. We never rest where we are at the moment. Today, 55 new members become part of a proud legacy. This class will help take us to that next level. To run a large academy and to get it right, it's a long and difficult task. We've all waited a very long time for this moment. The Providence Police Department mission goes way beyond crime fighting today, and our charge is to partner with the community to improve the quality of life in every neighborhood of this city. Our community partners have been with us from the outset with the recruiting and selection phase, and here they are to see a finished product. We have so many: law enforcement, social service agencies, faith-based community, and many, many, many community group partners. I want to take a moment to speak about the staff. There's a lot of hard work, at times grueling, that goes on in getting recruits ready to serve this community. These 55 newest Providence police officers are in great physical condition, well-trained, disciplined, and in law enforcement and community policing, educated. I can tell you, they didn't look like that when they walked in the door. That's what Officer Solelli told me anyway. I want to acknowledge and thank the Providence Police Academy staff under the leadership of the director of the 68th recruit class, Lieutenant Kevin Laney, and his deputy director, Sergeant Jimmy Barrows, and the entire staff. They truly did an absolutely outstanding job. They have developed some great additions to this police department. They have guided and molded these recruits into police officers. As well, I want to thank Sergeant Bob Bone, who also serves as the union president, for his defensive tactics assistance with the academy. As well, many officers throughout the department, in different divisions and bureaus, have lectured up at the academy and dedicated time at Camp Barnum with situational training. They put in their time and energy to ensure that we fully prepare our new officers. So especially for this academy staff and for all those on the department and outside trainers who help prepare these recruits, please, one more big round of applause. From this exceptional training, this class knows what the expectations are from the leadership of the Providence Police. But before I get into speaking to the recruits, let's not forget that your family members helped you every step along the way. Your loved ones made you what you are today. I thank the families for enduring the process of becoming a Providence police officer in this 6-month-long academy. To the families, welcome to the Providence Police family in the midst of a very transformative time in policing. To this 68th graduating Providence Police class, I say, as I stand before you in the beginning of your career, I want to congratulate you and encourage you in your pledge to serve the community. It starts as a dream of a young man or woman with an aspiration to serve their community. Today, it becomes real. The Academy may have seemed like a lifetime, but your tremendous career is just ready to begin. In moments, you will officially be Providence police officers. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. You now join a great police agency that's about to even get better, as we graduate one of the largest and the most diversified police academy in our long history. We demand that you serve this city with integrity and courage, and look to earn the respect and trust of your fellow officers, supervisors, and the community. Be courageous in your law enforcement efforts and serve the city with compassion and dignity. Not always an easy task, but your mission. Starting tomorrow, you will begin a journey that few have had the qualifications, training, or ability to take. It is without question the greatest profession in the world. And as I told each of you individually, you have such an immense opportunity to make an impact on individuals in this entire community. You will have that opportunity throughout your 20, 25, 30-year career as you respond to thousands and thousands and thousands of calls for service from people who need your assistance. So to the 68th Academy, we are excited and thrilled to have you on the team. Be proud of what you have achieved. And I told you this as well, take a back seat to nobody. You have earned this moment. Savor it. However, be humble. Be humble when you walk through the front doors of Providence Police Headquarters. As you walk down the hallways and see people who have become very accomplished with stripes on their arms, or a bar or two or more on their shoulder, or medals above their badge. People have earned their way around here, and you should be humble. Be humble when you go into the community that you will serve. This job is about courage, integrity, professionalism, and respect. Your approach in serving this community should be balanced. Most importantly, never forget it is an honor to wear the patch of the Providence Police, and it is an extreme privilege to serve this community. You've earned your way to wear the Providence Police badge and serve the community. No one handed you anything. You made this opportunity a reality. Now go out there and be creative and compassionate to make this city even a better place. You, 68 Providence Police Academy, are ready for the streets of Providence, and the community and the Providence Police are ready for you. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Commissioner of Public Safety, Stephen M. Perry.
Thank you, Colonel. Attorney General, my colleagues in law enforcement, I saw some officers travel from Virginia. Councilman Wilbur Jennings is off to my left, and Michael Corrier. Thank you, Councilmen, for joining us and supporting this academy. The Providence Police was founded over 150 years ago, built on respect, dedication, honesty, and vigilance. You are following the thousands of men and women who serve proudly as Providence police officers. I'd like to take a moment and ask all our retired Providence police officers that are here, please rise and be recognized. Welcome. Those men and women who have dedicated their lives to meet this great police department expect the same level of dedication, honesty, sacrifice, and commitment of those who continue to serve and of you, the new recruit class that will begin to serve the city of Providence. Our retirees and the members built this fine reputation of the Providence Police Department that we now enjoy. The high standard of professionalism, integrity, and honesty is the goal the Providence Police strives to meet every day. Police work is demanding, it's challenging, and it's also rewarding. The words and actions of a police officer matter to the profession and to the community that we serve. A lot of it is expected from you each and every day. Your training from the past 6 months is the best training to prepare you for the challenges of police work in this city of Providence. Rely upon your training, as it may save your life or someone else's life someday. Trust your training, because it was provided from among the best trainers in staff and curriculum in this country. You have earned the position of a Providence police officer. You competed among over 2,000 applicants who wanted to wear the uniform of a Providence police officer. You were selected from among the very best applicants in this region. Mayor Loza had one goal for this class: ensure these select candidates that reflect our community and meets our standards in testing without exception. Ensure the process is fair and provides an opportunity for everyone to compete. Not once did the mayor call or request an exception throughout this whole application process. And I thank him and the council for providing the resources and the independence to select the very best. Every candidate was selected
based on his or her own merit and ability to become an officer in this department. I'd like to thank the Community Recruit Advisory Committee, which some members are here, who gave their time, expertise, and guidance through this process that resulted in a very diverse and qualified academy class. I'd also like to recognize and thank Major Frank Colon, who, after nearly 30 years of service to the Providence Police, will be retiring at the end of this month. The Major was responsible for administrative functions of the Providence Police Department for the past several academies. He was also responsible for guiding the Providence Police through CALEA, our national accreditation process 2.5 years ago, and became re-accredited this month. Please join me in thanking Major Colon for his years of dedicated service. To the 68th class, you successfully passed each phase of the process, and you successfully passed the Providence Police Training Academy, a 6-month academy that tested your will, your intellect, your physical ability, your desire, your attitude and personality to ensure you can provide the very best policing to the city of Providence. Continue to learn and grow every day over the course of your years, of your career. Bottle the pride that you have today, the joy, the enthusiasm, and esprit de corps that you have, and make it last through your entire career. Your attitude in this profession makes a difference. What happens to you is less significant than what happens inside of you. Take care of yourself physically and mentally. Your health and well-being is important to us and to you. Your tolerance, understanding, and reaction to circumstances will make a difference in many lives. It will impact those that you will not even know. You will have an impact on a young child, the elderly, or someone that is struggling in life with mental illness or addiction. Always remember you represent the Providence Police Department, comprising of several thousand officers who serve this community and this department. What you do on duty, off duty, and in this state or outside of this state is a reflection of the Providence Police Department. The way you talk, the way you walk, and your demeanor is important. It's a great day for you and your family, and I congratulate you. It is a great day for the Providence Police Department to add 55 police officers to its ranks. To the family, friends, and loved ones of this class, I extend my thanks and gratitude for your sacrifice during the past 6 months, and thank you for your future support, understanding that these loved ones cannot do the job without your support and love at home. We thank you for all that you sacrifice. To the recruits and soon-to-be Providence police officers of the 68th Academy, congratulations in joining a noble profession of policing in a department that is steeped with a long history of tradition and service. We wish you a safe and successful career. Congratulations.
At this point, I call upon class leader, a great example of what this recruit class stands for, recruit Flavio Tavares.
Good morning.
Honorable Mayor Jorge Rosa, Commissioner Stephen Perry, Chief Hugh Clemens, command staff, academy staff of the Providence Police Department, families, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the members of the Providence Police Academy 68 recruit class. It is a privilege of great proportions to be asked to speak at our graduation ceremony today, and I do not take this honor lightly. First and foremost, I want to congratulate every single one of you for answering the call and the sacrifice you made by taking this most strenuous but noble path of law enforcement. Our motto, honor, respect, and devotion to duty speaks volumes of what it is expected of us. The 6 months of training that we have received were intense, grueling, arduous, exhausting, but of a very high caliber. All in preparation to do the increasingly difficult but utterly essential job of enforcing the laws of the city of Providence. It is perhaps one of the best, if not the longest in the nation. It was all to get us ready for the road ahead. Through physical training, classroom instructions, simulations, and practice sessions, the word "we" started to sound better than the letter "I." Fear of water survival, OC spray, and gas chamber became the events that gave us the courage and the intestinal fortitude. Our supersized flag, once known as the curtain, is now a symbol that can be seen from Cranston, Johnston, and Pawtucket as a clear example that we lead from the front and never the rear. We have learned, fought, sweat, and bled together through training, all while being pushed mentally and physically. We've been challenged to the brink of our limits, time and time again, by motivating words like, "Get on your faces," and my all-time favorite, are you ready to work as a team, class? That's what it takes. And here we are, triumphant and ready to work hard and to show fairness in the execution of our duties. In closing, these are indeed troubled times we currently find ourselves in. Life is full of many challenges, and the world we live in is far from perfect. Our trainers that is ready to contribute as capable, proficient members of the law enforcement community. I have faith in the 68 recruit class. I know the will service professionals continue the long tradition of demonstrating dependability and integrity in all we do. Congratulations, be safe, and God bless you all. Thank you.
At this point, I'd just like to recognize someone. You may see an officer on stage with a different uniform. That's Private Fire Department Arson Investigator Peter Sword, who has successfully completed 260 hours of training to become promoted to his position. He is a 25-year veteran of the Providence Fire Department and was a graduate of the 43rd Providence Fire Academy. We really enjoyed having people with us. His perspective really enhanced classroom discussions. Another great example of the relationship all public safety share in Providence. Before I call the oath of office, would the retired officers that are going to pin their loved ones come on stage, please? I now call upon the mayor for the oath of office. Mayor O'Rourke.
Thank you. Before I get to the oath of office, I also want to recognize Representative John Lombardi, who's joining us here today. Will all the recruits please state your name? Will all the recruits please state your name? I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of Rhode Island, that I will well and faithfully execute my duties as a patrol officer, faithfully and impartially enforcing all laws and ordinances, zealously guarding the constitutional rights of all persons, and promptly obeying the orders of the officers appointed over me, all in accordance with the regulations of the Providence Police Department and the Home Rule Charter of the City of Providence. So help me God. Congratulations to our 55 new police officers.
Now for the presentation of badges. As I call on your individual officers, please come to the stage, and the mayor, the commissioner, and the colonel will pin you with your badge. Officer Jose Houghton. Officer Relief Liesfield. Officer Tyler Calandra. Officer Michael Camato being pinned by his father, Providence Police Officer Michael Camato. Officer Paul Caminero. Officer Scott Campbell, pinned by his father, retired Providence Police Lieutenant Paul Campbell. Officer Christopher Castagliolo. Officer Omar Castro. Officer Michael Suerfuentes. Officer Raymond Kreiner. Officer Nicholas Crew. Officer Michael DeCruz. Officer Jason Dennis. Officer Alex Diaz. Recruit Edouard Escalon. Officer Sarita Ferranda. Officer Luis Ferreira.
Mama, we made it. Let's go, Lou.
Officer Jennifer Fonseca. Officer Jeffrey Gagnon, Jr. Officer Yabelis Gonzalez, pinned by her father, Providence Police Officer. Officer Gagar Grimes. Officer Sutawut M. Officer Dana Johnson. Officer Ronald Joseph. Officer Jerry Crew. Officer Jonathan LaRue. Officer David Liu. Officer Ryan Malloy, pinned by his father, Officer Edward Malloy, Jr. Officer Nicholas Manfredi. Officer Taft Manzani, pinned by his father, retired officer, Providence Police Officer Taft Manzani. Officer Brendan McCann. Officer Brian McConnell. Officer Anthony Moore. John Nazarian. Officer Bunny Knapp. Officer Maureen Pena. Officer Jessica Perez. Officer Jonathan Paroli, pinned by his grandfather, retired Providence Police Officer Aristotle Paroli. Officer Calvin Rosado. Officer Matthew Russo. Officer Jessica Salmaran. Officer Thomas Savard. Officer Alex Schneider. Officer Michael Seeley. Officer William Sherrod. Officer Flavio Tavani. Officer Louis Tavani. Irvin Torres. Officer Larissa Bagman. Officer Gianna Bleda. Officer Gamero Vargas. Officer Megan Guidarosa. Officer Mitchell Morgan. Officer Dominica Waters. Officer Kiana Williams. For her certificate, Fire and Arson Investigator Peter Sword. Ladies and gentlemen, the officers of the 68th Providence Police Academy. Please be seated. At this point in the program, we will be presenting awards for individual excellence in the following areas: academics, physical fitness, marksmanship. We will name the class honor graduate. The first award to be presented is the Academic Achievement Award, presented by Officer Sean Brown. This award recognizes the recruit who has attained the highest grade point average in the classroom on all written tests during the past 6 months. The recipient of the Academic Achievement Award is Officer Brendan McKenna. The next award to be presented is the Physical Fitness Award, presented by Officer Roberto Gutierrez. The Physical Fitness Award is presented to the recruit who maintained the highest overall average on 4 physical fitness tests that are administered during the academy. The physical fitness test is designed to test the muscular strength, endurance, and cardiovascular respiratory fitness of recruits. The recipient of the Physical Fitness Award is Officer Flavio Tavares. The next award to be presented is the Marksmanship Award, presented by Detective Matthew Greeley. The Marksmanship Award is presented to the recruit who has obtained the highest overall score during the Firearms Training Program. The Firearms Training Program consists of 80 hours of intense firearms training. The recipient of the Top Shooter Award is Officer Satawut M. The final award to be presented is the Honor Graduate Award, presented by Detective Donald Newton. The Honor Graduate, or Class Valedictorian, is recognized as the recruit who has achieved the highest overall class average after the completion of a 24-week course. The award is based on their performance in firearms proficiency, defensive tactics, physical fitness, academics, leadership, and character. The Honor Graduate Award for the 68 Training Academy is Officer Ryan Malloy. We have one final award for an officer's dedication to training. He's not going to be happy about it. This award is chosen by his peers. The recipient is one of those highly decorated officers in the Providence Police Department who never looks for individual recognition. It is this officer's 7th training academy as a staff member. I call upon Colonel Hugh Clemens to present the award, followed by his closing remarks.
Also, Steve Salelli, front and center. If you know Steve, I will tell you he's not happy about standing up here right now. But we quickly would like to take this opportunity to present a debt of gratitude to a valued police officer of the Providence Police Department, who this command staff and police department will miss, and I don't say this lightly, as much as the Patriots will miss Tom Brady someday. He has been that important to the Providence Police. He has been a vital cog to several academies, I think 7 in total. He has proven himself to be a consummate professional, trainer, coach, and mentor to hundreds on this department. I know these new 55 Providence police officers agree with hundreds and hundreds of other Providence police officers and police officers around the state on your expert guidance on police tactics and how to be a police officer. So my hat goes off to Steve Salelli, and I salute you for your tremendous guidance to the PPD over the years. At this time, I would like everyone in the arena to recognize his great work in making recruits good police officers and making veterans great police officers. What an impressive ceremony for an impressive group. So I know the Academy was tough and extremely demanding at times, but I also know this class had fun and a rewarding sense of accomplishment. I know that you've developed a camaraderie and some friendships that will last a career and in many cases a lifetime. From this group, Amongst each other, there will be best men, bridesmaids, godfathers, godmothers of all your children. This truly was an exciting day, an impressive event. As you can see, some graduates had as many as 20, 30, 40, and 50 plus family members who attended this celebration. You will always remember this as one of the greatest days of your life. As a city cop, you'll have a unique opportunity to change lives and change neighborhoods. But I'll ask and demand, never forget why you came on the job. Whether you came on to help others, serve the community, or follow a family tradition, it's now up to you to protect and serve the city of Providence. I want to once again thank the Training Academy for this great class and their outstanding work. With a special thanks to the Commandant, Lieutenant Kevin Laney, great leadership. And lastly, I want to thank our friends at the Dunkin' Donut Center, retirees from the Providence Police, Larry Lepore and Bobby Laro, for making this happen. So to the 68th, welcome to the family. I truly, genuinely wish you the very best in your careers. Remember, most of all, be safe. Look out for each other on and off the job. Always do the right thing, because after all, we're on the right side of the angels. And lastly, I know it was mentioned before, but something my wife would do, his wife did. Major Francisco Colon, 30 plus years on the job. Damaris missed the dedication. She was walking down the stairs. But congratulations to your husband, 30 plus years, a great career in administration, narcotics, patrol, and vice. Lieutenant Kevin Laney.
I just want to thank everyone for joining us again and sharing this special occasions with us. It's now my pleasure to introduce for the benediction, Pastor Hans to lead.
To the graduate class of 2017, the call to be a public service is difficult but noble. Yet the call to step in harm's way to save and protect others is unmeasurable. Graduates, you were called, but now you have been chosen. Chosen to live a life of selfless service. Chosen to protect the law and not exploit it. Chosen to protect and not abuse us. Chosen to protect yourself even from yourself. Take courage, graduates. The road ahead is unpredictable, but you are not alone. Look around. We are standing with you. Let us pray. Almighty God, we stand here at this moment giving thanks for what has transpired here today. We are grateful for those who answered the call, persevered through the training, and today are standing proud of their accomplishments. We now entrust them into your care. From Colonel Clements and his command team to the office clerk, we beseech your wisdom, compassion, protection, and courage for them to do what is right, even when it is difficult. We pray for their families and their friends who have come to celebrate with them. May they ever stand in support of these graduates. And to the graduates, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May his peace be upon you both now and forevermore. Let us please recite the prayer for the police officers at this time, found in the back of your program. O Almighty God, whose great power and eternal wisdom embraces the universe, Watch over all police officers, protect them from harm in the performance of their duty to stop crime, robberies, riots, and violence. We pray, help them keep our streets and homes safe day and night. We recommend them to your loving care because their duty is dangerous. Grant them unending strength and courage in their duty assignments. Dear God, protect these brave men and women. Grant them your mighty protection and unite them safely with their families after their duty has ended. Let everyone say amen.
Thank you. I now call upon the class leader, Officer Flavio Tavares, to retire the guidon and dismiss the class for one last night.